When Wendy's remodeled their grilled chicken sandwich, marinating the chicken led to overhauling the bun with 7 grains, and so on and so on. Because Wendy's wouldn't stop improving until the new grilled chicken sandwich was deliciously different. And for a limited time, get the combo for just $5.
Brazilian goalkeeper Kimeli, that is where we stand. Just a reminder, this result, should it hold, will favor Brazil, and they will be advancing on to the quarterfinals, which would begin for either of these two nations coming up on Thursday. England are hoping it's them, but they need to win. A draw for Brazil is good enough, but 3 points is the target. And the final 45 minutes of Group C underway. And the 3 Lions kicking from left to right in the red on your screen. Christian Miles alongside Tammy Blackburn. Evenly balanced, evenly poised. Should be a fascinating second half. Jesse Jones trying to get it going here for the Lionesses. No victories as of yet, but no defeats. English resilience being put to the test. Stanway, who has the goal, locates Hines, who's dropped inside into more of a midfield role here. Let's see if there'll be any tactical shifts as we approach the second half.
It won't be good enough for Brazil to play for the draw, which would put them through. They've got to be able to score again. Getting on the board early in this second half will be key because England is too good. They are too attacking-minded for Brazil to be able to sit back and be comfortable with this draw. They have to build on the confidence and momentum they took in to the locker room and forget about England's equalizer on the PK.
Well, England had to come back from a goal down against the North Koreans 1 week ago in Oman. It's been the same story 7 days later in Erbil. Smith or Stanway, lovely first touch, but not enough for Russo. Brazilian goal scorer Caroline linking up with Ana Vitória. And positive play here from the South Americans. And lovely stuff from Caroline. Good looking cross, and she had the run to the center of the penalty area that time from Jacqueline.
So a good sign for Brazil, who is connecting early and using the sideline, which I was hoping for this Brazil team. Before this match started, I felt like they could actually use the width of the field to their advantage. Did not feel like they've had enough luck throughout this World Cup, just going down the middle. And now an early corner kick for Brazil, who can be dangerous. Creating chances and converting, so crucial.
So Isabella Fernandez to take this near post, flick forward. The referee had spotted something, some pushing and shoving inside the 6-yard box, so it'll be a free kick here for the English. Both teams starting on the front foot, as they say. Brazil trying to make it to the quarterfinals for the 3rd time at the under-17 level. Schofield feeling some high pressure. More an expansive approach adopted by both, and it'll come out for an English throw.
While England needs to get out of this equalizer position and win this match to advance, they don't need to rush. Take away any of the silly, foolish airs, just play their attacking-minded soccer. They've got goal scorers capable of being able to do it from the width, from set pieces. Number of opportunities, number 7 right there. Russo also very capable of setting things up, but they've got to play their game.
So it'll go back the other way. England had a good start. Stanway at the center of everything.
She always gives great effort. Loved her approach in the North Korea match. She scored in that North Korea match. Remember, that was a 6-goal thriller, pardon me, where England came back to get the equalizer in the 94th minute.
Something we've really seen as a common storyline. We saw it from Venezuela against Cameroon in that wonder strike from Dana Castellanos. Swing at midfield, deep into stoppage time after Cameroon had leveled. Really a huge point for Venezuela as they find themselves amongst the quarterfinalists. Half of the quarterfinal field has already taken shape. The remaining 4 yet to be seen. And Fernandez couldn't find the link down that touchline with Caroline. Interesting role today for the left-footed Taylor Hines, operating at right fullback. We saw Anna Patton take up that role on Tuesday against Nigeria. Here's Michaeli, who's kind of a quiet figure today, but wheels her way around Jessie Jones with some great ability, but a little too heavy for Anna Vittoria.
You just mentioned Taylor Hines, number 3 for England. Great story. She never thought she would be playing in the World Cup. She says, I thought of myself as an ordinary girl, not somebody that could perform on this space. And a bit of a late developer is Taylor Hines. John Griffiths saying she's not really part of the U-15, but she came on late, and the same can be said for a few of the other English players. Charles being one of those. Here's Taylor Hines.
Sensational contributor, not part of the under-15 setup. Ever present for Arsenal as well is the English here at the under-17 level. Ellie Brazil's done brilliantly and skips her way around Thais. And here comes Ellie Brazil taking on this entire Seleção defense before it goes out of play. It will be an English corner kick.
Tainara does not like that call. She felt like that was touched last by Brazil, throwing her hands down because she understands that England is dangerous here. Brazil, remember, trying to be in the driver's seat and keep the momentums. The corner kicks, Brazil 2, England 3.
So Russo standing over it. This could be the perfect way back as they look to complete the comeback today. Russo. Deep go to that far post, and rising was Patton. Just couldn't keep her header down. Good delivery by the Aston Villa defender.
And once again, this England team wisely looking for Grace Smith, one of the central defenders who can be so dangerous on a set piece. She's a ball winner. She's got great aggression in the air. But Camelli all over the top of that crossbar.
Kaylee just getting tangled up. So free kick now for Smith. Remember, part of those 3 changes against the Nigerians. 2 changes today. Caroline. Give it away to Georgia Stanway. Trying to play it into the path of Russo and asking too much of the England winger. Russo playing her club soccer at Chelsea. The resident dead ball specialist. He takes all the corners for the Lionesses. Schofield for Jones. Sustained pressure now from the English, and a good ball played forward for Anna Patton. It's England in the ascendancy. They're going to need some support and some tough-minded defending back there from Juliana, and a chance for the counterattack. Anna Vittoria wheeling her way around Lottie Wubben-Moy, and this looks promising for the Seleção. Played into the path for Caroline, but she's going to need some help. Plenty of work. It is Caroline, and is dispossessed at the 11th hour by Taylor Hines.
Taylor Hines knows her scouting report. Caroline so good at turning and creating a little bit of space for a quick shot. And Taylor Hines takes that away, does not let Caroline make an important turn.
It's a real silly foul right here.
Yes.
Back to goal, Caroline.
Watch the turn that she tries to make. Pardon me, that was the foul.
And this could be costly. We've seen the potency from Brazil on these dead ball situations. And they'll get set to conspire here. Pivotal moment here in Group C as it hangs in the balance for England, especially. A second goal for Brazil would be nearly devastating. So Isabella Fernandez and Ana Vittoria amongst the conspirators, trying to find their way past Ellie Roebuck for the 2nd time today. It's Thais back there, the central defender from club side Vitória Santa Andal. A few of these players playing their club soccer with each other. Isabella Fernandez with Caroline and Camila at Valinhos, and that familiarity suiting them well. A telling moment, though, here in her bead. Looks to be Ana Vitória now for Brazil. And Ana Vitória going for goal, and not enough power as it bounces harmlessly into the gloves of Eli Roebuck. Heinz. Heinz, something of a television star, recently making a promotional video. Who's
No Barriers, it's called.
Very popular online.
A nice piece done. It was actually her shot that was taken as the last shot that broke the barrier down for the women's players to be able to break through the wall and make it to this world stage.
Flag is up on the far side. Just a reminder on FS2, a big one is Japan take on the United States in Group D, a crucial match for BJ Snow and the Stars and Stripes against the defending champions.
Japan defeated both Ghana and Paraguay, two very comfortable wins. Japan's superstar Sakura Nojima, who scored a hat trick in the first 45. They have great scores, a tough draw for USA, but you heard BJ Snow talk about the comfort of playing that team. Asian dominance over the years in this World Cup. Japan is so good, great passers. They negate any skill that you bring to the pitch, especially athletic ability.
Certain poise right now about Brazil. Angelina wearing the captain's armband today for Brazil. Just shoring things up in front of that back four. The goal scorer, Caroline, has really grown as this match has progressed.
For me, a change for Brazil in this second half that you appreciate. More comfortable putting numbers forward, not sitting back so much in the defensive position as they are willing to get out of that defensive shape and be more offensive-minded, knowing that they can count on their skill to get back and defend. A much better suited piece for the Brazilians if they want to walk away the victors.
And proving to be a little more multi-dimensional than many thought. Tracked down by Tainara. And back four, especially in the center of the park, has been robust for Brazil. A partnership between Tainara and Thais that's played every minute thus far in Jordan. Only conceding on 2 occasions. They don't want to make it a third because it could mean an early exit. Headed down by Schofield for a Brazil throw. Ana Vitória, the Academia striker, trying to get on target. Started both of these 2 group stage games, but hasn't been too involved in the forward play. There's Lottie Wubben-Moy now for England.
Brazilian having answers for anything England trying to move forward. Stepping up, stopping ball on that back line.
Oh, indeed, the referee's pointed to the spot. It is a silly foul from Tainara, and she'll be booked in the process. She raised her arm, and a trip to the spot ensuing. A second penalty today coming up for England.
Most unfortunate for Brazil, as England will have a chance here, and a chance that they needed. Tainara a bit frustrated perhaps, as she's saying, this was all here on my left side. It was contact, but the referee signaling it was the push to the face with the left hand. And this is the right call, unnecessary.
So for the second time, Stanway will meet up against Kameli. Really no grounds for argument. A blatant shove on Niam Charles.
Composure.
And it will result in the third booking, but more pressing matters right now on the hour mark, and this could send England through to the quarterfinals. A massive moment here in her beat. It is Stanway, and she hits the crossbar and puts it in. And England up 2-1. Georgia Stanway with their third goal in the tournament, but none bigger than that for the Lionesses.
And this changes things for England and most certainly for Brazil. Georgia Stanway, never a doubt. So much power on the PKs. She went to the opposite side this time that she had done in the first half. Kimeli choosing to go to the right, which was Stanway's choice in the first half. Perhaps Stanway outsmarted Kimeli just a bit.
And it's all gone wrong here for Brazil, who had a positive start, and we're starting to dictate play, looking comfortable absorbing what little England pressure they had. But now we'll have to have a huge test of character and come back from a goal down. Caroline, who had put them up on the 36th. In a 1v1 situation against Hines. And the Arsenal defender did very well, cutting off the angle.
Oh, very good. Again, you're so reliable is Taylor Hines. Tracking back, she is that last line of defense before Roebuck, the keeper for England. 3 goals in 3 matches for Stanway.
Incredible. Stanway found the back of the net against North Korea in Amman on Saturday. She's done it again a week later. 5th goal scored by the 3 Lions in the tournament. And it's worked out now as Stanway heading towards the hat trick, but well cut off that time by the Vitória defender, Thais.
Russo stepping back here in this second half, playing forward to Stanway. We've seen Brazil take Russo out of being that front runner down the right side, but as she moves back, she knows that she has Stanway who can make a run in that right space to create the width that England is so good at doing.
And this is going to represent a tactical shift here for the Brazilians, and they're going to bring on the potent goal scorer, Nicole Reisler. She is going to replace Raquel, and Reisler, a striker who's accustomed to scoring goals, found the back of the net 5 times in qualification, good enough for best on the team. So she's featured as a substitute throughout this tournament. Came on late against Nigeria. And with a quarter of an hour left against the North Koreans, can she play the role that Brazil so desperately need right now?
And I think the substitution is timely as well for Brazil, because they had come out and been a bit more comfortable playing forward in the offensive mind attack, and now you need a bit more of that. So this tactical adjustment, so crucial for Brazil. They cannot let down offensively.
It's a corner kick, and the defense is going to be put to the test here. And this could be devastating. 4th corner for Russo. He takes all these corners for the English. Looking for their 3rd goal. And the 2nd time this tournament. And the discussions continue between Thais and the referee, Kate Jasowitz.
And once again, it's Thais and Jessie Jones.
Russo's delivery, a deep one here, and it's a strong header. Fortunately, though, for England, it just goes askew. Niam Charles making that run from deep. And you'd have to say Brazil dodging some bullets, because it's these English players that have won a lot of these high aerial balls.
Grace Smith being one of those, the defender for England who wears number 5. Charles very capable of that as well. I like Kimeli's sense of urgency, the keeper for Brazil. On that missed shot, she wanted a ball quickly to restart, but England right back with possession.
Stanway right past Angelina, but Brazil able to recover. Kaylee has the support on the right-hand side. Juliana just trying to play it forward now. The substitute, Nicole Reisler, getting her first touch. Reisler, of course, playing her club soccer with Laísa and Isabela Silva in Ceilândia in Brazil, part of that club setup. It's come out here for a Brazil corner. And England far from being out of the woods, despite really answering the bell in terms of a character test.
And here's where Reisla can really help the cause of Brazil. A good target inside the 6. Defense for Brazil will push forward Tainara.
So we'll see it's in the offing. It will require a good delivery from the left back, Isabella Fernandez. They brought up the tall timber. Reisla amongst the targets. It's a high corner kick, and that one, seeing Tainara meet it. He's trying to put it on that right foot, and Eli Brazil, the striker, really doing the dirty work, as they say, on the other side of the ball. That one over the top of Kameli. And Brazil a little bit out of sorts as you see that North Korea score line. 2-0, and if this result does hold right now, it's the English that will go through in the second spot in Group C. Nigeria, of course, out of the mix, and it will be North Korea claiming the top spot. Big day here at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup. The United States and Japan, two of the titans of the women's game.
Kameli, the keeper for Brazil, not wanting her team to lose shape. This was a bit of a concern for this Brazilian team coming into this match. They had to keep their shape as they had lost their shape earlier this week. Kameli, the keeper in charge of being vocal and barking out the orders to her back line, did not like and appreciate the position that she was put in moments ago. Wants to clean that up right away as England looks to bring the ball forward out of the mid-third to the forward third.
English captain, Lottie Wubben-Moy. Connie Schofield with nowhere to go. And certain urgency right now. Michele. Just trying to get herself involved, but it's robust defending from the Lionesses. Wubben-Moy. Just trying to play it for Eli Brazil. Nicely cut out there by Tainara. There's the scoring summary. Both goals coming from 12 yards out. Georgia Stanwyck. It's a Brazilian team that's really prided itself on robust defending and organization in the back. But it's been those individual errors that have been costly today, and it could cost them an early trip home. Still plenty of soccer remaining here in Irbid.
I like Brazilians' sense of urgency, but I like England's attack and willingness to stop the sense of urgency from Brazil and try to push. So they are using the middle, this England team is. And as Brazil tries to work the side in a bit more of the middle than the last few minutes, trying to get England off balance a bit.
So throw now for Brazil. Up and over the top. Acrobatics from Michele, and nothing coming off as a result. Stanway only too happy to oblige. And here comes Eli Brazil for England.
Stanway open, unmarked for a moment.
It's a lovely cross. Out comes Kameli, and she had to be sharp. It opens up for Schofield. And Brazil, completely disorganized, virtually in tatters, come away unscathed.
Kameli knows it. She comes out. Look, she's on the ground. Watch the net. It's unmined for a moment. Now Schofield puts it right back on the hand of Kameli, who outstretches with her left hand quickly. Again, the athletic ability and the skill. Schofield, a missed opportunity in England to go up over Brazil by 2 as that net was opened dangerously long.
Yes, such is the nature, though. They are forced to come out and play. Brazil, nothing to lose at this point, but it's going to come back. Michele thought she had set Isabella Fernandez on her way. The referee had other ideas.
You worry about Brazil being exploited from being out of shape as England is pressuring.
Jones, and laid in the path of the pacey Eli Brazil. Comfortable in that wide role. As much a provider as she is a finisher. Good look at Connie Schofield. The 2 Birmingham City players on this English 21-woman roster. Russo fires one across. Not well dealt with by the defense. Claimed it's Stanway. Well, she has a flair for the spectacular and the dramatic, but that left foot lacking in accuracy. Not on her preferred right foot.
But I like the idea by Russo to get it inside quickly, and understanding that Brazil might be out of shape, even if it's just for a moment. This is a very good England team that can bite within that moment. Russo with a great leg. And look at, here she is again, loves to get in line.
It's Russo in full flight, skipping past Fernandez and requiring the attention of Thais, who came over from her central position.
Drawing that defense away, allowing some secondary runs to be made.
So 20 minutes remaining. And a throw now for Taylor Hines. England is trying to manage this match and see it out. A little too early to be thinking about the corner flag, but they do have themselves yet another corner kick. And it will be the 5th here for England.
Jones goes right back to her permanent space on the corner kick.
Been problematic for the Brazilians here, Tammy. Deep corner, the header is there. Kameli just bobbled it a bit, but once again, it's Patton able to rise and win it for the English. A dramatic finale here in Group C. Happy to have you along. We are in Irbid. It's Brazil and England. Christian Miles alongside Tammy Blackburn. The English coming back from a goal down. It's Georgia Stanway with 2 penalty kicks after the early strike from Caroline that made it 1-0. But what character and resolve we've seen from the Lionesses. And if this result does hold, and England should manage the victory, it is the 3 Lions that will be advancing onto the quarterfinals, which would begin for them at least on Thursday. And Group D opponent that remains to be seen could be the United States.
We will have a great clash a little bit later versus Japan.
A Japan team that has been absolutely flawless, you could say, scoring 10 times, not conceding. They have been the class of the tournament.
They just don't give up goals. They don't even give their opponents a sniff of the goal.
Something that Brazil is trying to emulate here in the remaining 50 minutes or so. But it's a confident England team now. Schofield trying to just bull her way through, and Tainara able to clear for the Brazilians. Stanway. Charles, good 2-woman game there. Stanway back on that stronger right foot, and she fires. And I'll tell you what, it's a number 10 that's playing like a number 10 and not lacking in confidence.
Turn and shot, and it's a quick shot. She can score from that outside the 18, just about 12, 14 yards. So put her about 30 yards out. Kameli all over that one, though. Awareness that Stanway can turn and shoot quickly. You appreciate it, too, that Brazil, that's Ellie Brazil, who was there for the follow-up, but Kameli handles that one nicely.
Stanway with the snapshot, so we'll see another change here. This time for the English. They will bring on Laura Hooper to replace Connie Schofield in midfield. Schofield part of that midfield 2 setup earlier today in that deeper role. We'll see Hooper, another one of those Arsenal club players, come on as Schofield. A little pat on the back from John Griffiths and a round of applause from the English supporters as England look to see this one out and shore things up in the back.
About just 16 minutes here closing in for the England fans to celebrate. But still plenty of time for Brazil to get the equalizer.
Anna Vitória sets the table now. Nicole Racelet had her eye on goal. It may sit up for Michele, trying to burrow way through now. It's come out wide. And here come Brazil, but it all just disseminates into nothing.
For the last 5 minutes, Brazil just can't gather possession to build anything, whether that's out of the back or the middle.
It's come out wide. Here's the right back, Juliana. Just not on the same page, lacking a certain synchronization, Brazil. Only one play deep out of the back. Once again, Thais forces it out of play.
You may get the sense that Kameli and Thais not communicating as effectively as they need to.
Here's another switch here. The second, Jacqueline will come off, and a player that bases herself out of the United States in Southern California. It's going to be Bianca making her tournament debut, plays with the San Diego Surf in Southern California. Rizal, some congratulations for Jacqueline. Not a lot of happy faces on that Brazil bench, so we'll see how Bianca's inclusion will alter the complexion and the tactical setup here for the Seleção. She'll take a role inside of midfield, Bianca. And wearing the number 18 in yellow. Patton. Dispatched by Thais, who's been ever present back there, right place at the right time, and it may open up. And here comes Michele in full flight, wriggles around Jones. And she'll need some support. Pushing it out wide now. A drop of the shoulder. Caroline's done well, and Nicole Racela had dropped off. Didn't make that near post run.
And there was nobody on the backside there for a far post. Perhaps trying to catch somebody off guard, maybe unmarked. There was nobody there. Remember, Brazil, all they have to do is tie things up for a draw, and they will go through. That would not work for England. They are so close, yet seemingly so far away as England holds and counters so often. Nothing happening for Brazil. A bit of empty possessions here.
Bit of a shove there from Ellie Brazil. And nobody knows it better than England. Now, late goals can alter the complexion of things. They did it themselves against North Korea. A goal that in the end is going to be vital. Trying to hang on, however. Lovely ball played out of the back from Russo inside her own half, setting Stanway on her way. The angle read with aplomb, you could say, by the 17-year-old Thais.
And the late substitution for England, Hooper trying to just get comfortable with her teammate Stanway to figure out who was going to play that ball. Stanway trying to get out wide for support of Hooper up that line.
Hooper taking up a spot in central midfield.
Get the sense that Hooper comes in and really wants to support and get the ball to players like Russo, right? To get the ball at the feet of Stanway as an opportunity as well. That is her job.
They have a saying in England, get it, give it. And it is indeed her role. Inside of a quarter of an hour. There's the summary. England coming back from a goal down. Bianca trying to get her first touch, dropping back as the other substitute. Nicole Racela now, and it sits up nicely for Michele as acres of space. Beautiful ball played through. It is Racela. Met by the challenge of Ruben Moy. Good positioning from the England center back.
Racela of Brazil, another substitution in this match, doing what she is asked to do, and that is to be a threat. But she must get inside the 18, and Brazil has got to support her with some kind of service from the outside when they are playing in that final third.
So Taylor Hines, who's reverted to her natural left back role, trying to play it up the line for England. Time becoming a factor here for the Seleção.
So interchangeable are these pieces for England, and that is the English way. There's Charles, a player who scored 2 goals against Norway to secure England's place in this World Cup.
Tough road that saw England finish 3rd out of the UEFA European zone. Good enough to qualify. A long 8-year absence. And it may be a happy return.
Perhaps an opportunity, Christian, for them to better their 4th place finish in 2008. As they continue to play well, but it will be mighty tough.
Trip to the semifinals, it would require some tough opposition along the way. Ruben Moy tending to things on that far side. As Brazil go in search of the equalizer, and it will be a corner kick here. This could be a great way back here for the South Americans. These two, of course, met in the group stage in New Zealand back in 2008. And it was England breaking Brazil hearts. And Brazil found itself out in the first round. Here's Isabella Fernandez, another high corner, straight to the keeper, who was just pushed out of position and spotted adroitly, you could say, by referee Kate Jasowitz. This goes back to what we were talking about, though, earlier in the game. Really a mandate nearly put down by a lot of the FAs around the world to cut out that physical play inside the 18-yard box.
The coaches liking it, wanting to try to clean things up. I like the call as well. They definitely have been in control. I appreciate the referees and the job that they have done in this FIFA World Cup to make sure that it is managed, living up to the expectations of the officials of that mandate.
Russo can't control. Bianca finally gets her first touch, plays it for Michele, who's drifted out into a wide spot. Fernandez committing herself to the attack now. Brazil desperately need a goal. Lovely 1-2 on the play from Angelina. And Ellie Brazil dropping deep. And it's an all-hands-on-deck approach right now from the English, trying to weather this Brazilian storm. Michele serving one up and cut out by Taylor Hines. An interesting switch of fullbacks here from England. It hasn't been a substitution in that area. Patton actually starting out on the left-hand side, and it was Hines on the right. And it's John Griffiths just changing it up. Meanwhile, Stanway, I'm going to talk about ambitious. It's a great way to characterize that one.
She comes out further than the last time. She struck at about 30 yards, and that one well beyond 30.
So Georgia Stanway, the oldest player on the team. Michele as one of the 2 Brazilian goals in this tournament will be replaced. And on comes Isabella Silva, who was the lone player that dropped out of the first 11 against North Korea. Had her place taken by Jacqueline today. And a chance to alter things in a positive sense for Brazil here in the final 7 minutes plus added on time. It's a desperate urgency from these Brazilians right now. Caroline. Nicole Reisla, lovely first touch from Reisla. She's got one with her, it's Bianca. Early ball played forward, and it's food and drink, you'd have to say, for a goalkeeper of Ellie Roebuck's caliber.
Well, you see Caroline has taken on a bit of a different role with the substitution of Reisla, and again, that tactical adjustment, she feeds Reisla up the line, and you saw Reisla take a look over her right-hand shoulder, giving her middle player and the teammate there a chance to make a run and get in.
That's come out on the left-hand side. Flag had stayed down. Ellie Brazil trying to work it back. Concerted pressure here from the Lionesses, trying to put Brazil down here and assure themselves of qualification to the final 8.
Stanway thought about it just momentarily.
Russo in no big hurry. And perhaps a little early to be thinking about the corner flag, but England do manage to keep possession.
And that's what they're thinking right now, is just protecting the ball. And that is what the English team has to do. Meanwhile, Brazilians working very hard to possess.
It's good hold-up play from the winger Russo. Brazil just trying to dig it out, and they finally do.
Crafty play, good hustle by Caroline. She's always a part of that. You have to appreciate her commitment.
Thais can't clear. Hooper, the substitute, only too happy to oblige. Drop that shoulder and beat Isabella Fernandez, but that's much easier said than done. The Brazil left back has been superb since being brought into the starting fray.
Had her hands full from the very beginning with the front runners and the English attack, where their mindset is and what they do. But Brazil needs to be able to get a hold of the ball, work it up the field, and the English feel otherwise.
Well, just got them pinned in right now as those precious seconds tick away. Excruciating for the 42-year-old John Griffiths, the England head coach. And the English able to maintain it on the throw-in here. They've been together for the better part of 3 weeks down in Jordan. Long lead up to the prep time. They call themselves family, and that's what happens when you spend so much time away from home with the same group. Elsewhere, Nigeria losing 3-0 to North Korea. It looks as though the North Koreans are headed to the top spots in Group C. Could face the likes of Japan or the United States in the quarterfinals. We'll have that one a little bit later in Group D. Japan and the United States on FS2 at 11:55. It should be a good one. Here's Russo now setting the table. Stanway. And that one always hitting skyward, just too far under it as you saw her leaning back at the point of contact.
And finally a break for Brazil. Let's see what they can turn this into. We're coming up here on just about 4 minutes. Regulation time. Something must start now. English just be content to knock the ball around on their side of the field.
And it's starting with high pressure, defending from the front. A reflection of that team spirit that's pervasive throughout this English team. Just trying to grind it out.
Possession is the best defense. You see Patton all the way forward to throw that one in. You've got Charles right there who tries to hold the defender. And will England just be content to play in this now left side hand of the corner for a few more minutes? Where is the sense of urgency?
So another change here for the English. Ella Toon coming in for the irrepressible Taylor Hines. It's going to be Liam Charles, rather. Hines just signaling to the medical staff perhaps he needs a little bit of a water break. Remember, they're not used to these conditions. Temperatures right around the mid-80s Fahrenheit around kickoff time. So Liam Charles will come off, the Liverpool player. Had a chance to be included in that starting 11. One of 2 changes today from the team that drew against Nigeria on Tuesday. She and Jessie Jones brought into the starting fray, and it may pay off. It may be a wise decision as she gets some congratulations from her head coach. So Toon comes on to make her tournament debut after being an unused substitute in both of the earlier group games. And they're nearly there, 2.5 minutes plus whatever remaining stoppage time is added on by the referee. May become desperate right now for Brazil. The captain, Angelina, trying to engineer something positive. It's been a great 5 or 6 minute spell here for England to just set up camp in the Brazil half.
And look at Brazil, that's Ella Brazil for England not letting off, putting that pressure on Tainada, the back line of Brazil, wanting to keep that ball in that safe space for England.
The daughter of Gary Brazil, of former Fulham and Sheffield United fame. Once again, it's going to be possession favoring the English, who are nearly there. They have stepped on the jugular here in the late stages, defending from the front and trying to see it out. And what will be their first victory if they can see it out.
Patton will continue to be a weapon on that sideline as a throw-in to just keep the ball at that end.
Right into the heart of that defense. It doesn't clear their lines. Here's Russo drifting centrally. Several targets, lovely skill, and it's Russo who thought about it. And it may break now for Brazil. Isabella Fernandez trying to get it going for the Seleção. Racela's touch. Just intended for Bianca, but read to perfection by Georgia Stanway.
And Hines is so clever on the ball, so important on the ball. Stanway was pushing up, but always coming back to connect with her defense and connect with the forwards. That is what she brings to the pitch. Just brilliant play there by Russo. Stanway to get back and ball stop.
And here is acres of space. Stanway, Russo, final minute, floated over. Easy grab there for Kimeli. despite the pressure from Eli Brazil. Bianca wins the header. And Racela's touch just goes askew. Thun racing past Anna Vittoria and cuts her way around Juliana before she runs out of real estate.
I like the idea, I like the move, I like the spirit of Thun coming in.
Bringing those fresh legs. Gonna revitalize his defense. 3 minutes will be added on. And we are approaching now or never time for the Brazilians.
Can they hit Racela for Brazil? England's putting a lot of bodies back there, a bank of defense.
And 2 banks of 4 now. Tainara closed down by Eli Brazil. Remember, Brazil came in only needing a draw, sitting in that 2nd position in Group C. The English in 3rd. And they're going to swap roles unless something changes with a goal. One that would see the Brazilians through. Hines clears. That will force Camelli all the way outside of her penalty area. Angelina is pressured by the winger Russo, who's taken up a role centrally now and done very well as Stanway pops out wide, heading for that corner. And nicely read by Isabella Fernandez. It will be a goal kick for Camelli. And Stanway very slow to get up here. Remember, she will not be available for the quarterfinals. Georgia Stanway.
Unfortunate for Stanway, just a clever player, so much fun to watch. Brings a lot of talent to this game, to this team.
The lone player book, she came in on a yellow card caution. And that is going to be a big miss for the English should they advance here. They are nearly there. Just a little over a minute remaining now for Brazil. And is there one last thrust forward? Knocked up by Thais, trying to pick out Nicole Racela. Bianca gets to it and sends it straight to Lottie Wubben-Moy.
And at every turn, there is an English player. It's Jessie Jones, who has been mighty in this battle. She has provided support throughout this pitch. On set pieces, been so good defensively. Look at her come up and win this ball, grabbing the right shin. Roebuck hasn't been tested much, Christian, this entire match.
Not a lot for her to do. They're nearly there, and time may run out. Brazil putting just 3 shots on target. That in sharp contrast to England's very impressive 7. So the 3 minutes is up, and this may be the last kick of the game. Time indeed may be running out on Brazil. And England are nearly there. Thais. And time runs out on Brazil. England coming back from the goal down. It's Georgia Stanway sending the Lionesses into the quarterfinals. 2-1 over Brazil, and just desserts, Tammy Blackburn.
Well, a great effort by both of these teams coming in to try to be the victors to guarantee qualification. It was England at the end of the day, their attacking mindset, pushing inside, drawing the fouls, taking care of the penalty kicks. A tip of the cap to the Brazilians, who played in a bit of a different way, but it just wasn't enough.
So it is indeed heartbreak for Brazil. The English march on